What you see behind me, the very top of my head, is the Burj Khalifa. It is the tallest building in the world. I'm in the country of the country of the United Arab Emirates, in the city of Dubai, which is really an extraordinarily clean city. I've never been to a city so clean, and I thought, since I wanted to make some videos talking a little bit about the importance of preparing for success upon release, I would do one live or a few live on location while I'm here. And you can see as I'm walking out of my hotel, I'm walking by this area here where there are groups of people painting, developing painting skills, or just enjoying themselves. I hope that you are finding some kind of way to use all of your time, wherever you are, to advance your pathway to a better life. And I hope that better life includes an ability to be able to work from anywhere. I left Los Angeles yesterday, I think it was. Maybe it was Sunday morning. It was like a 16-hour flight on the way here. But I really just wanted to experience the city before I attend a conference, which is where I'm going, which is the reason that I'm here. I'm here to attend a conference on cryptocurrency and Web 3.0, which is a new business I'm striving to build in relationship to my work in prison reform and changing the system. One of the challenges that I find in building a new business is that you have to create something that doesn't exist, and you have to try and fix a problem that has been around for a long time, and there's not been a solution to this problem. So the solution that I want to create is to stop the challenges that people in prison have of really building their life. What am I talking about? I'm talking about, I really believe in a concept that every person in prison should have an opportunity to work toward earning freedom. I hope that you've read about that in the book that I have that is part of the preliminary course, Preparing for Success After Prison. I believe that we should really just change the system so that we're not measuring justice by the number of calendar pages that turn, but rather by the efforts a person makes to work toward changing his life. And the big challenge with that is that sometimes people in prison are locked in the hole. Sometimes people in prison are working and there might not be enough staff members to oversee all of the work that they have done. And so there's no mechanism to measure them. But let me pause right now just to kind of show you, because there's a great view of this building. I hope that you can see it from here. I'm filming this by myself, but it's that one that looks like a needle going all the way up to the sky. It's actually the tallest building in the world. And I'm here on the city streets, or the cityscape section of Dubai, which is really an extraordinary area, as you can see as I'm walking around. But let me continue with this concept of earning freedom. So I believe that if somebody works hard to reconcile and make amends, our society should give them some type of credit, or at least incentivize them. Right now, the only thing that matters is the turning of calendar pages. Enough calendar pages have to turn while a person is in prison after a judge sentences the individual, and if that doesn't really necessarily prepare a guy for success. To prepare a guy for success, you've got to incentivize him so that he reaches his highest potential. Because unfortunately, a lot of the people who are in custody or in prison in the United States, they didn't come from a background where they had mentors to guide them and help them grow stronger. But I read a quote while I was here in Dubai, and I'm going to try and paraphrase it as I'm walking through the city and hopefully sharing with you what I am seeing. He said that an easy life does not make a man, nor does it build a nation. But men who confront challenges, let's see, is that right? Actually, I kind of got it wrong. I'm sorry. An easy life does not make a man, nor does it build a nation. But men who confront challenges are the people who do build nations. And the author of that quote was one of the founders of and the visionaries of this great city, Dubai. This used to just be a desert when I first went to prison. And while I was serving my sentence, he had a vision of building something extraordinary. And you can see now a great shot of that hotel or that office tower behind me. It's the tallest building in the world. And you can be thinking about your life as well. You've got to be building a life that is significantly bigger than what anybody says that you can achieve. And that's going to start with the decisions you make today. You may not have an ability to build a business right now, but as I've written throughout this course, you can always work to build yourself. You can always work to improve your writing skills, improve your reading skills, improve your listening skills. And to the extent that you do that, you're going to be in a better position to reach your highest potential. And I always say I never ask anybody to do anything I didn't do. You can see, even while I'm here in a foreign country, I'm thinking about people in prison. I'm thinking about, I want to show you that regardless of where you are, you could always be working toward building something better. But it's not going to happen if you're waiting for the prison system to change your life or the prison system to build something for you. You've got to be able to see what doesn't exist right now. I know that right now you're sitting inside of a, if you're going through this course, it's very likely you're sitting inside of a crisis in your life. You're living in an environment that is nothing where you want to be. You're separated from the people you love and the people who love you. What is crucial, I think, is to stop looking at your current environment, just as this person did, and look at what you can become. Look at what can exist, and look at this place. This place is really amazing. Look at how clean it is. There's not a speck of dust on the ground. Even the sidewalks are beautiful. The roads are beautiful. I'll just keep walking around to kind of take you on this tour of Dubai and show you where I'm going tomorrow, which is to the conference for Web 3.0. And that's kind of how I started this extemporaneous video where I'm just talking with you as I'm walking. Is the reason I'm here for this conference is not only to generate support for the nonprofit that I run with like-minded people who may agree that America's commitment to mass incarceration really is going to require solutions from the private sector because the government is not really building it or changing it. And I want to create a mechanism where we don't even need the government to provide resources to give you books. If you don't have books or courses while you're in there, I'm working to build a nonprofit that will give it to you for free. Not only give you the books for free and the courses for free, but also work to create a mechanism that can measure your progress. And if you make progress, my goal will be that you improve your life. And what do I mean by that? Well, I mean create an opportunity for you that when you come home, you may need resources. We want to be able to provide you with those resources based on the work that you've done. So I need to raise quite a bit of money to do that. It's a social justice initiative. It's not an initiative that makes me any money. I don't need to make any more money. I've been working really hard throughout my journey and I've been home and I have enough money that's not what I have to work toward anymore. What I have to work toward is making sure all people in prison can come home and live lives of relevance and dignity and meaning and contribution and not be afraid of what they can achieve. I had to run, got in the middle of a car there. So how am I going to achieve that goal? Well, I certainly can't do it without your help. I've got to have more people in prison who are working to transform their life. I need to be able to show them how they are working, and I need to be able to show them the relationship between courses I create and their abilities to prosper upon release. If I can do that, I hope that I'll be able to get sponsors with great American corporations such as Coca-Cola, Verizon, Walmart, Microsoft, Amazon, all these big companies, and get them to believe that just because somebody has made a bad decision at one stage in their life doesn't mean that person can't recalibrate, rebuild, and start their life again. And that is the main mission of my work, is to help more people in prison come back with their dignity intact and opportunities to prosper. But I faced a lot of challenges in getting this kind of work done in the past, because people will say, I'm going to sit down here and try and finish this video. It's not a good place to sit, so I'll just keep walking. This is where I'm going to be tomorrow, at the Coca-Cola Center. I mean, I'm here in Dubai, and you still see Coca-Cola. It's a huge brand. One of our courses, I talk about branding, and wherever you go in the world, you're going to see Coca-Cola. I think you can see that from here. I'll get a little bit closer. But in this arena tomorrow, they're going to have a conference with about 5,000 crypto engineers, people who are building businesses around cryptocurrency and blockchain. And that is the conference for tomorrow. It is Binance Blockchain Week. So I think they have a sign up here that shows it. So I'll be able to walk to it and show it to you. And at this conference, I look forward to connecting with many people who build businesses around this, new technology, which unfortunately many people in prison don't even know what it is. I know I didn't know what it was when I was incarcerated, and it cost me a lot of money by not knowing about it, because I didn't get an opportunity to invest until a much later stage. But here's the sign, right? It says Binance Dubai, and this is the arena where it's going to take place. There's going to be 5,000 people here, and all of those people are individuals who had a vision. They wanted to build something bigger than what existed. They wanted to build something that didn't exist. And that's what makes them true innovators. Well, we've all got to be true innovators of our life. We have all got to work toward becoming something more than what we are right now. And we got to be able to see it. And it's not always easy, because there's going to be resistance. There's going to be complications. There's going to be people that try to make things more difficult for us. And it's our job to overcome that. So that's why I'm here, to try and present a message to people in the crypto space. I want to tell them your story. I want to tell them how many people are incarcerated in America, more people per capita than any other nation on earth. I want to talk about the challenges that not only people in prison face, but also their children and family members face. And if I can do that, I hope that I could bring more people into our cause, meaning getting people to say, what can I do to be a part of the solution? Well, part of the solution, in my view, is going to deal with the world as it exists, not as I want it to be. The world as it exists, as I know it, is it is very hard for people in prison to find a pathway to success. It's hard because sometimes there's not enough courses, sometimes there's not enough teachers, sometimes there's a huge focus on what you would call lockdowns and security, and not enough focus on building something better and helping people see that they can become better. The way that I'm striving to change that, you've seen me write a lot about it in our workbooks, is I built a new website called Prison Professors Talent. And that website is designed to profile people like you, people who are tired of being, forgotten by society, and instead want to have their stories told, explaining what have they done to make amends, what have they done to reconcile with society, what have they done to build a better life and demonstrate that they don't belong inside of a cage. I know from my own experience that if you have hope, if you believe that something better can come, you've got a reason then to work harder. And that is what this whole blockchain technology will allow me to do. I hope to build a platform that will allow, every time you complete a course or do one of the lessons that we offer and you send it into our team, We publish it on your profile so that we're starting to bring some attention to who you are and what you've done. And then we're going to assign some points to it. So if you've produced, say, 50 book reports, and those book reports are all more than 300 words each, you will receive 2 points for each one of those. That would be 100 points. How long did it take you to accumulate those 100 points? Well, I'm not the one that's going to judge that. I want the market to judge that. So with blockchain, I will be able to measure everybody who goes through this process, and they will effectively compete against each other. So you might be in California, but we might have other people in Florida and New York and in Maine and Wisconsin and Texas and in other states who are also going through similar circumstances. They're also in prison. And those people may also be going through the same course and also accumulating points. Well, how does Jim compared to Jose, compared to Jawam, compared to Mark, compared to Susan, right? All of these people should be demonstrating, hey, what does best in class preparation for release look like? I don't think that is up to the prison system to decide. I think it's up to you to decide. I know that while I served 9,500 days in prison, I always felt as if I was the hardest working person in there because I was working for my future. I was working to be able to build my own career and build a life of success regardless of where administrators held me. I hope that you're doing that as well. You're recognizing the world in which you live, which is tough, and I know it's tough, but it's even tougher out here. Because when you come outside, there isn't going to be any more free lunch or breakfast or dinner. You're going to have to provide your own clothing. You're going to have to provide your own health care. You're going to have to provide your own shelter. And all of that costs an extraordinary amount of money for somebody who's never been in society. And I think it's very important for me to try and share that with as many people as possible. You've got to start thinking today about all the complications you're going to face in the future. You got to start thinking today about what can you do to create more value. I always tell you 3 promises. I'll say it again in this video. I will never lie to you. I will always be truthful. 2, I'll never ask you to do anything that I didn't do while I was in prison and that I'm not still doing today. And 3, I will never ask you to pay me a penny. I don't do this for money. I do this because I believe in you, and I believe it's my ministry to kind of change outcomes for people who are incarcerated. So while I go to these meetings here over the next couple of days here in Dubai, I will be telling the story of what I saw in prison, and I will also be telling about what could we do differently. Because we've got to have that vision, just as the sheikh said, who had the vision for this entire city. You may only see, when he was starting it, other people may have only seen a big plain of sand or a big body of sand here in the desert of the United Arab Emirates. But he saw something different. And because he saw something different, he was able to work to communicate that vision to other people, and together they built this extraordinary place. That's not only what they built, but also how they brought other people together. So I always try to emulate my work on leaders and what they have done. And that's what I'm going to be presenting over these next couple of days. I need to build the technology that will allow a blockchain to measure your progress. Well, to build that technology is going to cost several $1 million, and I have to raise that money from people who will never get $1 back. I invest hundreds of thousands of dollars of my own money to build this nonprofit, but I shouldn't be the only one that is working to build. I need to get, Binance behind us. I need to get Coca-Cola behind us. I need to get people from all over the world to recognize that we as a society, as a humanity, should work to create more liberty for people in prison. But humanity is not going to do it if the people in prison don't do their work. I can't tell you how many times people tell me that not everybody can do what I did. But I know that's not accurate. I know that anybody can come out of that facility, out of that environment, and live a life of meaning and relevance and dignity, but it's certainly not going to happen by accident. And nobody should work harder than you. So I need to create a mechanism that other people can see you. And to do that, I need to use the latest technology, which is called blockchain. And that's the reason that I am here in Dubai. And you'll see here at the Binance Blockchain Conference, you're going to see the sign right behind me. I mean, all of this is really only possible because I developed a relationship with the founder of Binance, who recognized some of the challenges of America's criminal justice system. And although he strives to invest in countries like Africa and India and other places where he can make a difference, the truth is, in America, we incarcerate more people per capita than any other nation. And I am on a deep mission to try and change that and to improve outcomes for the millions of people who go through that system, because it's not only people in prison who are struggling, it's also your children and your parents and your brothers and your sisters and all the people who care about you. And I care about you. I may never meet you, but wherever I go across the world, wherever I go across the world, I'm always thinking about people in prison, and I'm always telling the story. Because too many people that I meet will say, they will lose a sense of belief that other people can come out of prison and become successful. But I know that's not true. I know that anybody who is in prison can reach their highest potential regardless of what bad decisions they've made in the past. I know that a person, even if the system doesn't operate or doesn't offer much in the way of I'm going to try and make this a little smaller here. Even if the prison system doesn't offer much in the way of courses, I know that every person in prison could still work to improve his writing skills, improve her writing skills, improve communication skills, improve critical thinking, develop better math skills. All of these skills I learned all of those skills even while I was locked inside of a solitary cell, inside of a high security penitentiary where I spent my first year. So because I experienced it myself, I'm a big believer that everybody else can do the same. But it won't happen by accident, and it won't happen by happy talk. You gotta be willing to work. And I'm trying to work right now with this camera because I don't have anybody with me but me and this little camera here and you. But just between us, I wanted to just share with you what I'm seeing here, this extraordinarily beautiful city. What's really amazing about it is it's super clean. It's super safe. There's no crime here. There is not only there's no crime here, but there is massive opportunity. And if it's not easy for somebody who's been incarcerated to find a job, I hope through our courses you will see that regardless of where you go, you can position yourself to earn a living, earn an income. Wherever I am, anywhere in the world, I am always working. I don't work to make money anymore because I have investments that help me do that. But had it not been for the lessons that I learned while I was in prison and the lessons that I try to teach to as many people as possible, I wouldn't be able to do this. So I am deeply committed in trying to help as many people as I possibly can prepare for success upon release. I really just hope that you will join the effort by investing in yourself, by working to develop more skills in writing, in reading, in critical thinking, in math, so that you can reach your highest potential and not only have this concern about where you're going to get a job, but figure out how can you create businesses that will employ other people. Although I don't run any day-to-day businesses anymore, the businesses that I did run only employ formerly incarcerated people. And that's what I'm really hoping that more people will get behind that movement. But mostly, I'm just hoping to help people emerge successfully. That's really what I need. And I need to hear the way that you are doing it. I need to hear about how hard you're working inside. Don't only talk about how much you hate being in prison. I hated being in prison every day. But that's not the answer. Hating prison is normal. Nobody's supposed to like it. You're supposed to hate it as much as I hated it so that you will work hard to emerge successfully with your dignity intact and with opportunities to work anywhere in the world, regardless of what bad decisions you've made in the past. I hope that you're going to start figuring out strategies that will allow you to reach your highest potential. Because I want to use your strategy, your story, through a blockchain proof of work type of concept that measures, hey, let me feature, Joe Stevens, who achieved this while he was in prison, or Cynthia Roberts, or whoever. It doesn't matter what names I use. I just need profiles of people that have worked exceptionally hard to build an exceptional life so that they can come home, live with their families, build something extraordinary, and achieve their highest potential. That's really what I want to see change, and that's like my ministry. It's going to take me millions of dollars to build that change, and it's going to take a lot of efforts to communicate with the millions of people who are incarcerated and get them to see what they can do better. Get the system to see what they can do better. And I just really hope that you will be a part of the solution and join us as a active member of our community. How can you do it? Well, all of our courses kind of show you how to reach out to Prison Professors Talent, our team. I will go to universities and try and get more students involved. I will go to businesses and try and raise more capital so that I could give more books away. I will visit as many prisons as I possibly can. And wherever I am in the world, I am definitely going to be working to record a story and hopefully help you see different parts of the world that you couldn't see. I certainly couldn't see this amazing city while I was incarcerated, and I consider myself very grateful to be able to visit the amazing country of the United Emirates. Tomorrow I will be visiting, I will be in the conference all day, but in the evening I'm visiting Abu Dhabi to attend a business meeting, and back again here on Thursday and Friday, and then I fly home on Saturday. But I just wanted to say, I believe in you. I am Michael Santos, founder of Prison Professors, and I want to thank you for being a part of our community. Please work hard. Please stay committed to the principles and prepare for success. Be well.